Why did they make the Pixar moms so egregiously thick? Why did they make them bakeries just packing back there? Why did they make these pumpernickel, delicious, thick-thighed, amazing, juicy women just be in every kid's movie? What was the purpose of that? What did you gain from that? On top of that, why'd you make Lola Bunny? You know what you were doing with Lola Bunny. Everybody was in love with Lola Bunny. You made a whole civilization of furries now that are tech designers and programmers because they're trying to bring Lola Bunny into real life. That's all they want to do. You have ruined an entire generation, and it's your fault. For me, it all started with Gwen Tennyson. The instant I saw her, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the bratty attitude. Maybe it was the anger from looking like Ben 10, and maybe I was a little bit bisexual because Ben and Gwen looked a little bit similar, and I wanted both of them when I was 10 years old, but something about that really enamored me. But it was nothing more than a slight crush. I didn't really think much of it. I just naturally knew that I liked this person. I liked this thing. My mom knew I liked this person and said, "Why are you thirsting over a white animated girl? That's not good." After that, it was in the Powerpuff Girls. You may be thinking to yourself, you like those little nubbies? You like those nub children? Nah, it wasn't them. Oh, it was the secretary, Miss Bellum. Yeah, you can't even see her face, but her body's a 10. Oh, she's perfect. She's valid. And there was that moment where you could see those big, luscious red lips. Oh my god, she was great. Talking about her? No, it was two other characters. Well, actually, three. I wanted the entire Green gang to gang me. That's what I wanted right there. I wanted them to go crazy on me because for some reason, they reminded me of black guys in the hood going crazy, and I wanted them to beat me up. I don't know what it was. Maybe I was a provocative child. Not really sure about that. But then there was another character, him. My mother told me that him was every gay person and I should never want to be him. But my mother actually messed me up because when my mother said that him was every gay person, I didn't think him was evil or the devil. I thought him had superpowers, and I thought if I became gay, I would get superpowers. You telling me if I put man meat in my gullet inside of my jaw, I would actively get the power to torture the Powerpuff Girls and have the ability to teleport and shapeshift? That's amazing. I would be immediately looking for Oscar Mayer to put inside of my Johnson. I was so happy about that. Oh my goodness, I'll start docking right now. Call me a ship captain. Oh my goodness, we going tip to tip. And I ain't talking about Ludwig and Michael Reeves. That's a series they did, Ludwig and Michael Reeves, called Tip to Tip. I was hoping it was actually going to be them going tip to tip. That'd be pretty cool, but that's just a fun little innuendo in the provocative sense of what they did during their adventure and journey, going through the entire place where they didn't have a map. Fun series, by the way, really cool. After that, it was Shego. Oh, she can go all over me. I want to go all over her. It was pretty fun. I was really excited. Didn't really care that much about Kim Possible. I knew a bunch of white girls that were like Kim Possible, but Shego, something about that green hue to her skin reminded me of the green Power Ranger for some reason, and I love Tommy, but I couldn't really admit to myself that I was truly homosexual back in the day, so maybe it was just the color and essence of green. And then I was thinking about the green M&M. I wanted to get inside of that chocolate. It knew in my entire brain and mind that the green M&M was a black woman, and I wanted to get inside the green M&M. Before we continue, who in God's name designed Dexter's mom? Dexter's mom is so ungodly thick, just so much cake, absolute Wonder Bread bakery back there. It was disgusting. It was nasty. I loved every single second of it. I wanted to hop on her and ride her like a pony all night long. That was sick. I enjoyed looking at that. Not really sure why I was watching so much Dexter's Lab. It was insane. As a matter of fact, every Pixar mom was just kind of stacked to the high heavens. It was insane. There was the Road to El Dorado. Oh, I love the Road to El Dorado. There was Chell in the Road to El Dorado. And then I believe he was Gulak, whatever this guy's name is with the big nose. This right here was immediately my bisexual awakening. He was destructive, he was evil, he was villainous, he put blood all over his body. Oh my god. I loved him more than anything on this earth. He was the greatest thing to ever exist. I know everybody was saying, oh, look at Chell's big sultry thighs. Yeah, that's fine. I know you fell in love with the Latina woman or the Aztec woman or the Spanish woman in some capacity. You like the dark skin, the melanin's getting you, and you seeing the white guy get with the melanin girl, and both of the two men from Road to El Dorado are gonna go crazy and actually spit roast her. Yeah, we get it. I understand it. But I think people had normal, regular crushes. You know, this is probably what started the goth girl fiasco. If you're older, you know what this person is. This is Zone Tan. Now, Zone Tan made a specific animation involving Slade and Raven. I watched this specific animation about 100 times in one singular day because I didn't know what it was. It was on Newgrounds. It baffled me. Raven was getting her chocolate starfish pounded by Slade, and I watched this so often. It was wild and disgusting and amazing, and I didn't even know what to do with my little meat down there. Didn't really know what to do with my Vienna sausage. I just was trying to get myself have blood rush down to my member and just get really excited about it. That's pretty much all I wanted. It was really cool. There's also another one with Starfire. It was the movie where she was getting hit by tentacles. It was pretty cool. I don't know. I was growing up watching all this stuff. It was Zone Town on Newgrounds, and it was just it was endless of that. It was an endless amount of that. And then I wasn't really into DC that deeply. I thought they simply mixed Raven with Starfire when they made Starfire's sister, Blackfire. I thought they knew that I was sexually attracted to Raven and Starfire, and they knew that I couldn't pick between either of them, and I only knew about monogamy back in the day, so they naturally made Blackfire. So when they finally had the ability to bring cartoons in real life, I was going to be able to do that. And why did I think they were going to be able to bring cartoons into real life? I was watching a lot of Code Lyoko, and they brought Aelita, this girl right here, into the real world. And at that moment, I thought, oh my goodness, they're gonna bring cartoons into real life. This is technology the government secretly has, and they're planning to roll this out secretly to fix the male loneliness epidemic, because this is gonna be so cool. Not even sure if the male loneliness epidemic was going on back in the day. I don't know. I know that whoever the animators were back in the day, especially during the 2000s, they were really depraved provocatively. They just wanted to get hard while making animations. As a matter of fact, even before that, look at Jessica Rabbit. She was in love with Roger Rabbit. This gave me so much hope as a goofy little black man that I was going to be able to get whoever I wanted to if I was just a little bit charismatic and funny. And it's true, if you're a little bit charismatic and funny, nothing is out of your grasp. It is beautiful to have. Looking at Jessica Rabbit, looking at those curves, that waistline, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, it was cool. I thought it was real too. I thought Toontown was a real place. I thought it was a place I could go and meet Jessica Rabbit. I didn't know it was a clever trick of animation. I just saw that humans and toons were interacting with each other, and I thought I could get inked. I thought I could have ink all over it. That'd be sick. That'd be amazing. Because of that, I got really into art really bad. I got disgustingly into art. I was just drawing things for the love of the game. I assumed if I got really good at art one day that my drawings would come to life and people would actively use my drawings in their bedroom and do whatever they wanted with them. But whoever made the Pixar moms, I have a special message for you. Why did they make the Pixar moms so egregiously thick? Why did they make them bakeries just packing back there? Why did they make these pumpernickel, delicious, thick-thighed, amazing, juicy women just be in every kid's movie? What was the purpose of that? What did you gain from that? On top of that, why'd you make Lola Bunny? You know what you were doing with Lola Bunny. Everybody was in love with Lola Bunny. You made a whole civilization of furries now that are tech designers and programmers because they're trying to bring Lola Bunny into real life. That's all they want to do. You have ruined an entire generation, and it's your fault. There were some crushes I didn't really understand, like Jasmine from Aladdin. Didn't really care about Jasmine. Some people were in love with Vicky. Don't know what was going on with Vicky. I don't know why people love Vicky from the Fairly Odd Parents. A lot of stuff about Vicky from the Fairly Odd Parents. I think it's that fantasy that a lot of like boys have that, oh, my babysitter is gonna suck my little wee-wee or something. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. It's not a fun experience, by the way. I was attacked with my babysitter. Just want to point that out. A little bit of a trauma dump for you in the middle of the video while I'm talking about this. It's not a good experience. It's horrifying. And it can go on for months at a time, and you can ruin your entire perception of love and ruin your life. Not a good experience, not a good feeling. Anyways, a lot of these crushes were really ethnic for some reason. You know what I mean? Like Nani, getting some poo, Nani. That was nuts. A lot of these crushes were really ethnic. Keita from Atlantis. Everybody loved Keita from Atlantis. I can't think, even if you're wildly racist, you could be Adolf's favorite soldier and you would want to colonize the lower quarters of this woman from Atlantis. You could be just Adolf's favorite. You could be blonde hair, blue eyes, credit score 750, having a great time, high-fiving Patrick Bateman, and you'd still want to get inside of this ethnicity. Cuddy. Do we still say cuddy for I don't know, slang as good as I did? Cuddy was a term for coitus, for the pink taco down the ovarian caves. That Cuddy was one of them. I'm getting some Cuddy, and that was the whole thing. Kid Cuddy. Oh my god, Kid Cuddy. Oh my god, that's disgusting. The blackest Disney film of all time, extremely goofy movie, and the Goofy movie, and the Goofy show, and the Goof Troop, all those shows had this character, Pete's wife, Roxanne. How did Pete get this girl? I'm not sure how did Pete get this, but I do know that she was packing heat. And I'm not talking about Miami. Oh my goodness, there was some heat back there. Then there are the most depraved pics of all time. The ones that people are scared to admit. Maybe I'm scared to admit them, but I'm going to talk about mine specifically. You know the mayor from the Pop-Up Girls? I don't know why I wanted to take him, grab him by his neck, and use him. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do that. That would have been cool for me. Same with King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph. King Candy, look at me. I'm being used with flashlight. I don't know why. I just wanted to use King Candy. For some reason, not really sure what was going on in my mind there. I thought Captain Planet was really hot. It felt like Captain Planet had a really racist haircut because of the mullet, and I was hoping Captain Planet was racist, so when I took him downstairs in the backyard, he would actively knock the racism out of himself when I was going sicko mode with my hip jigulations, is what I was hoping for. And sitting in the chair in the corner would be Captain Pollution. He would be sitting there and watching me do that to his arch nemesis, and he'd start clapping for me. I really wanted that to happen. Thankfully, I got older, and technically that did happen, but you know what I mean? That's just really fun for me. Anime got into the forefront, and everybody was saying, oh, Tsunade, she got a fat rack. Oh, this is so good. Yoriichi Shiphon, Shihohen, what's her last name? Yoriichi Shioen, the black cat from Bleach. Yoriichi, she was, everybody loved that black woman. It was amazing. There was the specific archetype of the skinny hippie girl. I think that happened when Gwen Tennyson got popular, and it was the April O'Neil, the Gwen Tennysons, the Helen Parrs, the Violet too. It was that skinny white girl that was a little bit of hippie. It was that earthy spirit white girl, that little archetype. Then there was the moms. Oh my god, there was so many moms doing crazy. I think Stacy's Mom, the song, really just ruined my mind frame when it came to how moms operated. Like Francine Smith. I don't know what it was about Francine Smith, but I was looking up stuff about Francine Smith growing up all the time. Same with Louis Griffin. Don't know what it was about Louis Griffin. I like Meg Griffin more. Never understood why Meg Griffin was ugly, but I liked girls that looked like Meg Griffin. Don't really know what it was. In my mind, if you had glasses, you were better at giving like just sloppy top. That's just my entire thought process. That's how I went there. Speaking of breasts, there was Rangiku from Bleach as well. Don't want to forget about Rangiku. Oh my god, I almost forgot about the furry pool. Captain Amelia from Treasure Planet. Man, oh my god, I don't know if you ever seen Treasure Planet, one of the greatest movies of all time, but Captain Amelia was this cat thing, and she was hot. She was just wild hot. I loved that every single second of that. That was just cool. Growing up with all these women who were animated but had just this provocative nature to them, or I grew up having these crushes on, really shaped the way that I viewed women in the future, and I didn't really enjoy that. I viewed a lot of these women as things that were larger in life, fantasy-like, these creatures that only existed on the screen, and when I met them in real life in person, like tensed up, I shook, I frozoned. I didn't know how to approach women. A large part of my childhood was trying to figure out how to get those girls to be my friends, because I kind of didn't know what to do with them when I got them. I was a kid. I didn't know what to exactly do. We're gonna hold hands, kiss on the cheeks. Didn't really know what was gonna happen, is what I would say if I was one of you guys. Anyways, I lost my virginity at 8. I had a horrible childhood. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. One day, I'm sure that we're gonna be able to bring these animated girls all to the real life, and these animated guys. One day I'll be able to sleep with the Cinnamon Stick from the Applejack commercials. One day I'll be able to sleep with the Honeycomb mascot as well, and Tony the Tiger, and Captain Crunch. It's all gonna be done in the morning, and it's gonna be a breakfast beatdown of my butt cheeks, and it's gonna be the greatest time I've ever had. Even Toucan Sam. Toucan Sam, you can get it too. A lot of anthropomorphic mascots when it comes to cereal. A lot of them are just animals for some reason. Not really sure what's going on there. A lot of animals. Could be because animals are trustworthy. That could be a thing as well. Could be a thing that animals are trustworthy. Speaking of that, people want to sleep with Pokemon really bad. That never went anywhere. I think it's because Pokemon is more prevalent in most people's lives and it's become a competitive source. You just see a lot more Pokemon stuff. I know you know about Vaporeon. Every time I mention Vaporeon, it triggers something inside of people's soul. Anyways, let's get some honorable mentions out the way. We got Azula. Azula was pretty cool. She was feisty. People enjoy seeing Azula. Ty Lee. I think that's really the earthy version of what I'm talking about. The earthy girl that people enjoy a lot. That's the entire Azula crew. I don't know why. I'm just thinking about the entire Azula crew there. Susan Test. From Susan Test is cool. That's awesome. The entirety of the Hex girls, especially Luna and Dusk. people love the Hetz girls. I think a lot of these also just kind of influenced a lot of people's love of goth girls because they had an idea of what a goth girl is, and they think that the goth girls just keep the makeup on forever. They just want their Shegos and their Lunas and their Duskes, and they want their Blackfires, and they want their Ravens. They just want those a lot. That's really what it is. Got Chun-Li. Chun-Li just has really thick thighs. Cammy just had her butt out. I just was really excited when I played Street Fighter and I saw Cammy's butt. It was just out. I was just excited about that. Terra from Teen Titans. A lot of these are just kind of white girls when you think about it. There are the ethnic picks that I was talking about earlier, but a lot of these are just kind of skinny white girls when you really think about it. I think my favorite is the Pokemon trifecta of Jessie, Officer Jenny, and Nurse Joy, especially Jessie. I think I enjoyed the women who were really evil because something about evil women gets me excited. And I think there's a theory behind that too. Like, you get to lay betwixt the sheets with the woman who is so evil and mean, but she's nice to you. Same logic about why a lot of girls like the bad guys. Oh, he's mean to everybody else but me. See, he's evil and stuff to everybody else but me. I get all his love because it's saved explicitly for me. Kind of the same logic going on behind there as well. Just the same exact logic, I think. Anyways, I just wanted to ramble about a lot of my childhood crushes. Please let me know the ones you have in the comment section down below. I've been thinking about this for quite some time, and I've been getting my tummy all good in there. If you want to see content similar to this one, you can go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see content similar to this, I release about 2 of these every single day. And if you want to see even more content from me because you can't get enough of the old black man, I have a side channel called Cyril's Place where I play video games, and I have another channel, that's right, 2 of them, called Cyril's Side Thoughts, where I read Reddit stories, and that's just more fun. You can get more engaged with those. I also got a Patreon, which you're going to see when this video ends. Just all my patrons are going to pop up on the screen. So, if you guys want to be a part of that Patreon, you guys can do that as well. It's only $1 a month. Helps me out tremendously and gives me a lot of motivation to get these videos done. Anyways, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.
I'm your Nick and Night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.